good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Architects of Lore, the one and only weekly podcast where two resolute cousins sit around and discuss the age-old art of storytelling. And at the end, wait, there is no end, because welcome to our one-year anniversary special! I'm your host, Zach. That's my cousin slash co-host, Devin. Devin, how you doing this fine evening? Did you think we'd make it a year?
I did not. Hello, everybody. I am Devin, a.k.a. Devo City. That is my co-host, Zach, a.k.a. Z-Town TV.
Cousin.
Well, co-cousin. How are you doing tonight, Zach?
I'm doing fantastic. It's the week in between Christmas and New Year's, and I feel like no rules apply. There's no laws. No. The calories don't apply. You can do whatever you want this week.
This week is awful. Christmas on a Monday, not so much fun. But, you know, are we recording? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, I am looking at that. Try to talk louder.
Talk louder.
Okay, we are recording. Yours is just very low.
Just very low.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's fine. I can amplify.
You're not going to get my voice.
I can amplify it.
You're not going to get my voice. That's great.
No, I can amplify.
So, welcome to our year one anniversary special. Congratulations to you, Lorkitects, for making it this far. And look it, we are making a video pod, hopefully. All things willing.
We can easily cut out that we're making a video pod and
No, we
only
cannot.
put this on audio.
No, we cannot.
I mean, easily. I got good at audio. I can cut it.
Yeah, well, that's not what I heard about last week's episode.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler, or not spoiler, PSA. If you're listening to the podcast in your car, turn your iPhone volume all the way up first, then turn your volume on your car up. That's just a PSA for nobody in particular. I'm looking at you, Lord.
All right. Well, that brings us to the movie game.
Movie game.
So last week we asked, what was Zach's perfect movie that made Vin Diesel return to Devin's favorite franchise? And of course that answer is
Paddington, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah. If you know the show, that was probably an easy one.
It was real easy. We did get one immediate answer, and that person is now a platinum level subscriber to Architects of Lore. Your plaque is in the mail. Devin, you bought that, right?
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, sweet. Look out for that soon, and we will call you about getting on the show in 2024.
We'll see. But for next week, your movie game question is...
Well, first, Devin, we got to preface this. We were accosted by a Lorkitect.
Mm-hmm.
That Lorkitect was like, hey, maybe you should vet the movie game questions for the audience. When they're too hard, I don't really want to participate. And since we are all about the experience of you, the listener and viewer, because this is a video podcast, hey, future Devin editing this. So we did that, and I got a real good one for you folks. Devin, this week's movie game question, just for the audience. We're not doing one for each other because this is special.
It's a special.
It's all about you.
It's all about you.
And that question is, in this groovy sequel, Mojo is stolen from the International Man of Mystery. To get it back, he teams up with a rage-suppressing Rhode Island state trooper with multiple personality disorder. It's a pretty good one, right?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and read it again?
For the audience, thank you for using your radio voice. I like it when
it's
you
just standing next to you. It's just wearing into me. And
Good.
Thank you for reminding me because I will not do it anymore.
No, you will. Don't worry.
Just read it again for the
All right. In this groovy sequel, Mojo is stolen from the International Man of Mystery. To get it back, he teams up with a rage-suppressing Rhode Island state trooper with multiple personality disorder. If you know the answer to that question, please email us at architectsoflore@gmail.com. It is right here.
Right here.
Right there.
architectsoflore@gmail.com.
Or hit us up on a DM because we're going to be putting out clips on Instagram
And TikTok.
at Architects of Lore. Both places, right?
Yeah. And we're going to return to X.
Maybe.
Arc of Lore on X. It's like a letter thing. We might have to. We'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out.
Well, that brings us to our next segment, the Lore List.
Here we are, folks. It's been 1 year. Can you even imagine? We have covered 41 movies.
41.
2 of them you will never hear us talk about because those episodes will never release.
And did that confuse us when we were trying to figure out why we had more movies we reviewed than more original ideas? Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did. But let's give a rundown of the lore list.
All right, the lore list as it stood before holiday season was, of course, number 1, Paddington 2. Perfect movie. Right, Devin?
No. Then we have Shawshank Redemption, Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Groundhog's Day, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Halloween, The Matrix.
Captain America the Winter Soldier, Always Be My Maybe,
It's a good movie.
Mulan, Wreck-It Ralph, The Mummy, 1999,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle,
Surf Ninjas.
Terrible movie. The Seventh Seal.
He did this in not permanent markers, so it got rubbed away. Castaway,
Kicking and Screaming, The Babysitter, Killer Queen. We never talked about it. You should watch it, though.
yeah, you should check it out. Decent movie. Hellboy,
Sherlock Holmes, Son of Batman, The Babysitter, Leap Year, terrible movie. Swift Army Man, upon rediscussion, horrible movie. Just Friends, Gods of Egypt, and then all the way over here, the one that we actually watched, but Devin made sure that we always say it's last, A Beautiful Mind. And then the one we haven't watched, but is objectively the worst movie ever made, From Justin to Kelly. Devin, that's the lore list as it stands. Let's just wipe it away.
what?
And just like that, gone. That happened in an instant. And now we want to bring it back. Bring it back to spooky season.
Ooh.
Now, spooky season was 6 episodes long.
Don't know why.
Did that make sense?
No.
Not really. Doesn't matter. But we started, and our spooky season consisted of The Exorcist, The Conjuring, The Thing, The Strangers,
Why don't you just
Psycho.
put them on the board then if you're going to do them in order? Because that's not the order that we watch them in.
No, it isn't.
So this is our spooky season ranking, followed by our Thanksgiving season. Well, let's list them off first. All right, don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself. We have our spooky season ranking. Go ahead.
I feel like someone's getting ahead
I
of
know.
themselves.
Someone's getting
It's
ahead of
you. By the way, forgot to mention it in the banter portion. Check out this sweet sweater Devin got here.
Thank you from our Lorcatech Lauren, chilling with my nomies.
Who is your Nomi? Who's your number 1 Nomi?
Probably Adam.
All right, for spooky season, our list consists of The Exorcist, number 1, of course. Great movie. The Conjuring, number 2. The Thing, number 3. The Strangers, number 4. Psycho, not great after you see it once because it's only a twist. 5. And Night of the Living Dead. We watched it for clout, folks.
Yeah, we got
watched
that
it for
clout, though.
We got it. Now, everybody remembers top 3, Zach's choices.
Yeah.
Bottom 3, Devin's choices.
Well, let's move on to Thankful Season.
Thankful season came up with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Objectively, the only movie ever made about Thanksgiving.
Except for the 4 that we came up with.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll get to those later.
Next was a movie 100% not about Thanksgiving. In fact, it was about the holidays before and after, and that was A Nightmare Before Christmas. Because I didn't know really when to watch it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
here we are.
Then we have a movie that had a Thanksgiving scene. So
Did.
not really a Thanksgiving movie.
5
but,
to 6 minutes of pure history about the United States. And that was Adam's Family Values. And then last, and definitely least,
The pretty awful classic.
A Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving. Did Devin rub away Brown? Yes, he did.
Did someone use dry erase instead of Sharpies? Yes, they did.
Now, we are going with a theme here, though, and that is the older and more classic a movie is, the worse it is.
Yeah, they do not stand the test of time.
Movies got better as we age. But then, finally, we got into some cheerful tones, and we made it to holiday season. And number 1 in the holiday season was, of course, classic, Elf. Next was a movie
Best
that
Christmas
made
movie.
me rethink parenting, just in general, was Home Alone. After that, a movie that will definitely be in my rotation moving forward. Maybe not Devin's, but I just enjoy the over-the-top.
It was a decent movie, and if they make a sequel, I'm in.
All right, over-the-top gore. Violent Night. You need couple of writers to write Violent Night too, you know where to find us. But that's Violent Night at number 3.
architectsallure@gmail.com.
And then last, and this time not least, because I very much enjoyed this movie, but I'll never watch it again. But it's good. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And that's Arthur Christmas.
Pretty good choice by me.
Pretty
so,
good choice.
as you can see, I won Thanksgiving and I won holiday. I win the holidays list.
No, we tied both of these. And I objectively won this one.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now. So, you know what? We're going to integrate this into the lore list.
Wait, no. Right now. And now it's integrated. The holiday list is into the lore list. And did we plan this out? Because it perfectly fits. No.
Perfectly fits with 2 on the side.
It was kind of a happy accident. And instead of making you slog through us just listing out the movies again, we're just going to go a brief overview. Does Paddington 2 retain its top spot? Yes. Is it because it's written in chalk and I would throw a tantrum like a 3-year-old if we moved it? Probably.
Yeah, 100%. Shawshank, still the real number 1 for 2 for this.
2.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Groundhog Day, The Matrix, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Those
all the same.
We got Elf, though. Elf snuck into that top
Out
10.
of all of the holiday movies, Elf is the highest one rated on the lore list.
It's the best Christmas movie, the best Thanksgiving movie, the best scary movie.
It is.
So,
because there's parts that are very scary.
Yeah, that raccoon.
Scary.
Halloween. The Exorcist.
Next holiday movie in there. Exorcist. Top 10, folks.
Captain America, The Winter Soldier. And rounding out our real top 10, or 11 in this case, Home Alone. Then we move to
Always Be My Maybe. It's a good movie.
It's a good
You
movie.
should watch it. When we got The Conjuring, another holiday sneaking in there. We watched some good movies for holiday season.
Yeah, we did.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I'll never watch it again, but it's a good movie. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Good. Devin is wrong.
I don't like musicals. Is that my fault?
You're
that I
not
don't
on
like
your mark.
musicals? Listen,
Stay in focus.
I'm trying to make myself look bigger than you on camera.
Then we got Mulan. And then, again, one of my new staples, Violent Night. Snuck into number 17. Then we got The Thing, The Mummy, Surf Ninjas, Devin.
Right in the middle. It is what it is. I mean, it's always going to be my favorite, but it's not going to be bottom, and it's not going to be top. It's right in the middle.
That's because every time we talk about this, you say it's number 1, and I say it's last.
So, average.
Right in the middle.
Wreck-It Ralph at 21.
That one had to drop a little bit upon rethinking some things.
I mean, we had some movies that just knocked it down.
It is.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Then we got The Strangers. I'm going to be honest, Devin. I could flip those.
You know what? Let's just do it right now.
The Strangers.
I have no love for the quote-unquote, what was it, apocalypse movie or something? I don't know. It was just,
I don't know.
it was not important because The Strangers is now 23. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, number 24.
Then we got The Seventh Seal. Again, if you haven't seen it, it's a 1957 Swedish classic. Devin will never see it again because it's about God, but it's a good movie, and it's better than Psycho. Then we got Addams Family Values, Castaway, Kicking and Screaming, The Babysitter Killer Queen.
Hellboy.
I know The Babysitter Killer Queen's down, but it's a great
You should really check it out.
B
Came out
horror
in
movie.
2020, like under the radar. It was a sequel to Babysitter.
It's on Netflix. I know you got it.
31, Hellboy.
We got Arthur Christmas, Sherlock Holmes, Son of Batman, The Babysitter, Leap Year, Just Friends, Swiss Army Man. Had to move down.
Had to take a dive
Lot
down to
of
38.
It's a bad movie.
We got Night of the Living Dead at 39. I mean, if you watch it, you understand. It did give us those zombie classics, but yeah, you'd get it.
It also gave us clout. We're big in the zombie
Yeah.
lore now.
We know the lore.
And Charlie Brown's Thanksgiving, never have to see it again. Don't have to.
It would be the worst movie, but there is a movie where a bunch of white people pretend they're Egyptian, and that's Gods of Egypt.
That's Gods of Egypt. And obviously these two over here, the real last one that we've seen, A Beautiful Mind.
Don't worry about that.
And objectively the worst movie ever made is from Justin to Kelly. But Devin, I got a little surprise for you.
What's that?
Because moving into 2024, which we are right now because you're releasing this on New Year's Day or
Nope. On
New Year's Eve,
nope.
started at 10:59.
New Year's
right
Day.
now, something
New.
is going to happen. This is done.
Blow it up! Are we getting rid of this? Or? We're going to come up with a digital lore list now. It's going to be nice.
No, yeah, like all the regular ones, they'll still be there. It's not like we're going to start a new list. That's crazy.
No, that would
it's
be
just,
wild. Why would we ignore 42 movies?
As you saw, like that was just, it was fun.
But we're going to have a new list.
I got a new.
It's going to be digital.
I got a new database program called Excel. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh, really?
And we could just write it in there because then it's easier to move around. I don't got fingernails. It's really hard to move that.
All right, well, that is the lore
list.
Hello, Lorkitects. Did you ever think, how do I become a platinum member Lorkitect?
I
Right
thought
now-
that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
How
let
do
me
you
tell
do
you
it?
how.
All right.
Right now, you're probably at Cole. Just you listening. Ooh, cool. Well, there's an easy way to move up to Jade. Let's get one more person to listen.
One listener.
And from Jade, you only need 5 more listeners to get to bronze.
To get to bronze.
From bronze, that's another 20 listeners to get to silver.
Silver, we start paying attention.
After silver, you're going to need 50 listeners to get to that gold level. And if you get that coveted 100 listeners, you'll be one of our lucky 9 in the platinum level. That's right. There are only 9 spots in our platinum level Lorkitects list.
We will open it up if more than 9 of you get 100 listeners
Or we
each.
will kick people out.
If
Who
they
knows?
lost listeners. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
if you ever go below 100,
Out of there. You're going to get demoted back to gold.
Now, Devin, how do they get listeners to the podcast?
Well, there's easy ways. You could steal their phone and subscribe for them.
That's fine.
You could tell them.
You could tell them.
You could force them to listen at any time when you're in a car.
Yes, you could. And when they say, can we listen to something else? You say no.
You say no. You look them dead in the eyes and you say no.
This is your personality now.
So, Lorkitects, don't think of this as a pyramid. Think of it as a funnel to happiness.
That's right, folks. Remember, the more listeners you get, the closer you are to happiness.
And we're back.
Wow. A lot of good info in that commercial. Make sure that you really paid attention because we just gave you the key to happiness.
Yeah. And we had a lot of great ideas this season.
Yes, we did. 2023, some would say, was our most creative.
Yeah, well, it was the first year we did this. But we came up with 40 original ideas.
39.
40 original ideas. And we're going to go through them real quick.
All right, we started off with a banger, and that was Eat, Pray, Dave, where a guy gets dumped, goes over to Europe, finds a vlogger, falls in love.
Then we got the Blarney Stone. Oh, it's beautiful Ireland.
The vistas of Ireland.
It is beautiful. A woman comes over and falls in love in Ireland. That's basically it. She opens up a bar named the Blarney Stone. No, it's some guy who runs a place called the Blarney Stone, and his grandfather was there.
Yep.
And now he went to go find the original Blarney Stone. It's closing down. He falls in love with it.
Didn't I say one sentence?
Whatever. All right. What do we have next?
Next, we got the, not season 1. We got the, what did we call these things? Study 1,
Study.
season 1 winner, Drink Miss, which was all about Syracuse, New York, upstate, getting with your friends for Christmas Eve bender with beer Olympics and French doors.
Then we moved into our superhero phase with Enter Gambit. Gambit's origin stories down in New Orleans.
Nolans. And then we said, Devin, what's your favorite superhero?
Batman.
What's my favorite superhero?
Batman.
So we got to do a Batman movie, and that's Knights of Batman. And I'm going to be honest.
It's about the Bat family saving Batman, but also fighting him as a team.
Yep, that was it.
That was it. Then we had our original hero movie, From Dragon to Dragon.
Go ahead and give us a condensed one sentence.
This guy has an ancient connection that turns himself into a dragon. He's the fire dragon, and he has to fight the water dragon.
And Seth Rogen is the little dragon in his head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we casted it.
All right.
We casted it. Then we moved on, and we went to action adventure. And one of our first ideas, which did get redeemed, people, was Texas Royale. And that was when
Leroy!
I don't remember. Not Jenkins.
Gardner.
Leroy Gardner.
Leroy Gardner.
When Leroy Gardner is rotting away in a Texas prison, he gets a visit from a French freedom fighter who brings him back to his country to liberate them.
Then we have our winner for action adventure, The Scavenger Hunt, where a friend who's upset that his best buddy's leaving New York City decides to go for that Sbarro summer scavenger hunt.
The springtime Sbarro scavenger hunt extravaganza.
There you go.
Sponsored by Sbarros, which this podcast could be. Emails at architectsgalore@gmail.com. Sbarros, if you want to start getting into the marketing-focused movies, which we provide as a service. And then we had a little interlude idea, because these ideas just keep coming to us, Devin.
Yeah, they do.
And we were talking about the lore list and how Always Be My Maybe needs a direct sequel. Always Be My Baby.
It's when they get pregnant and they're new parents and they don't know what to do.
That's it.
Nostros.
Greatest movie that we've ever come up with that was misunderstood in its time.
And the thing that brings all of our movies together,
The Nostros Extended Universe.
Architects of Lore Nostros Extended Universe.
Exactly.
We're going to figure out what it,
That's where a bunch of bros.
No, they know. Everyone knows.
No, the movie.
No, they know.
Oh, they know.
Everybody
knows
It's about a bunch of chill, bro, chill,
Yeah.
let it be chill.
Chill and be chill, bro.
Saving their planet.
And then we moved on to thrillers.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was
I
thrillers.
think it was
It
thrillers.
was probably thrillers.
I don't know.
Maybe not thrillers, but we moved on to The Hunter. And that is when a former monster hunter goes on a trip with some work friends up to the Pacific Northwest, and he realizes that they're getting hunted by, I don't know, like a Bigfoot type character. I don't remember what it was. It might have been a Wendigo.
I just love how the East Coast accent cannot pronounce hunted. Hunted. They got hunted. Then we got the Spider Monkey Heist, where a South American girl whose parents are anti-government of the, dictator government that's running this country are killed, and then she becomes a master thief, gets worked up, CIA captures her, and then she has to steal something from the dictator.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If that doesn't entice you, I don't know what will. But then we moved on to, I believe, the winner in our heart. And it might have actually been the winner in general. I don't remember when we stopped crowning victors, but we got to the War Dome.
It did win. I think the War Dome did win.
The War Dome, yeah, it did. And that's when, in an apocalyptic future, we got an Ender Game style simulation where you play a simulation of a battlefield with any type, old soldiers, new soldiers, whatever, but life and death circumstances.
Yeah,
that was it.
I thought there was more of it.
Nah,
Buff and Aloe.
There's a lot of heart to
Yeah,
it.
a lot of heart. Then we got Left Out, which is about a over 30s kickball team.
Yep.
And some guy coming back to his hometown and really just dominate in the kickball.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
He got arrested for security stage fraud, and he
Yeah.
came back to his hometown.
But the cast of How Did This Get Made has been cast in this movie. They do not know about it. They did not see our Twitter.
Did we not reach out?
We did.
We reached
We
out.
did, we
So they
did.
know.
Yeah,
They
probably
heard
know.
about it. Yeah, they heard about it. It's fine. And then we move on to Alone on the Range.
Because Zach thought we should do Gods and Philosophy.
Yes, we did. And this movie is basically about a boy, but in the
It's
Midwest.
about a guy who moves to the range.
And then he gets
be
contact.
friends with a boy.
Friends with the boy. You remember the movie about a boy, right?
Yeah.
That was basically the plot line of this movie, where he moves out there, doesn't want anything to do with society, but then through his friendship with the neighbor's child,
A series of conversations.
no, we're not there yet, gets back into the community.
Room 666.
Great movie. Great
a
movie.
part
idea.
of hell for not like the most horrible people,
Mid-level hell.
but it's a bureaucracy, and you gotta go in and you gotta convince the person behind the desk that you don't deserve to be in hell. So this man has been working this hell job in hell until his granddaughter comes in, and then he's like, "Whoa, how did my granddaughter get here?" And then they through a series of conversations. Figure out the door's been open this whole time, and they just needed to forgive themselves.
Yep. They had to get over their trauma that they thought they could never get over so they could move on. Where did they go? We don't know. We'll find out in the sequel. But then we moved on to our Architects of Lore original idea, and dare I say, one of our better ones, the Book of Bart. And that's when a guy invents a religion by just saying shit that he doesn't want to do. Realizes at the end when he dies, it's all true.
It's a very Monty Python-esque.
Did you wake me up before noon? Straight to hell.
Straight to hell. Orangeo, land of the gods.
Probably one of our better movies.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and explain how
You got it.
How
You got it.
is bulldog dolphins? So there's
Laser guns.
there's a bunch of gods,
13.
and eventually they kill everyone they've created because they get a little too smart, a little too in their bridges.
Every 10,000 years, they wipe out society, start over.
Until one guy fights them, and
Until the god of chaos convinces our protagonist to fight back.
Orangea, land of the gods.
Then we moved on
The
to
sequel, Orangea, chaos of the gods.
Age of Chaos.
Age of Chaos. Yes.
Then we moved on to some would say was one of the more disturbing posters that we've ever made. And that was Make 'em Laugh. And that was about a cutthroat clown college over in England, I think, with a guy who needs to prove something to his dad by passing the clown bar.
Then we got First Pick, which is about a fantasy football team who goes on an extreme, most dangerous game like journey to figure out who has the first pick, ending with
Only with paintballs, not
Yeah,
real
yeah.
murder. Not real
and then
murder.
The pregnant wife wins. So yeah, because she got them get them in the delivery room.
She's
Bang.
she's giving birth, and bam, shoots her husband, gets first pick, Christian McCaffrey. Then we moved on to an animated film.
Yeah, we
No.
don't have many of those.
Don't have many, mostly because Devin can't afford the budget.
No.
And we moved on to Nuts. And that's about a city squirrel who gets lost out in the country, and he's got to find his way back. And how does he do that, Devin?
Taken out.
Got to take out the barnyard owl with his city powers, which is just a gun.
Yeah, and
It's
there's
just a
a
gun.
rabbit who loves to procreate.
That was Devin's favorite part.
Our next idea actually had a little help from one of our Lorkitects. 5 years experience. The story of 4 people in Silicon Valley.
This is basically Lauren's life.
Yeah, and
They got laid off.
They all got laid off, and what happens to them
After that, some find love, some find success, some fall into the gutter. You're going to have to listen to find out who. Well, then we moved on because the next 2 movies I have are total shit. One of them is Angel Fruit.
Another animated and quite disturbing depiction of when an angel interprets the Bible.
No, what a fruit who
Yeah.
thinks he's an angel, interprets the Bible literally, and starts murdering all the other fruits. And then we learn that they're just part of a cult, like a real cult. They're a fruit salad in a cult.
Yeah, and that's when they take the fruit salad. in.
That one's towards the bottom, folks. They're not all winners.
They're not all winners. We do have a winner in Life's a Trap.
Great idea.
Yeah, when Trap goes
Dave
home
Trapper.
to start the volleyball mecca in Liverpool, New York.
What this world needs is a little bit more sand and a little bit more volleyballing. And then we move on to objectively the worst idea we've ever come up with.
Yeah, I apologize for this.
That is Roman 3000, This idea was so bad. I'm not even going to tell you what it was about. I'm just going to tell you that this was the one that broke me. And I told Devin, we just need to stop. We're not coming up with a new idea. This is it. The episode's over.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that one. And New Rome shouldn't be New York City. It should just be Rome. Then we moved on to a pretty interesting mystery movie, Agatha and the Mystery of the Blood Diamond, where Agatha is like an female Indiana Jones.
In the 1800s, we do a lot of period pieces here.
Yeah.
She goes down to a plantation in
Congo?
Africa. It's Congo Light. We're not saying any specific.
We're not sure. We'll do the research later.
Because she's following up a lord from England who's a serial murderer, and he'll kill anybody in his way to get those diamonds. And Agatha's there to bring justice, which is her gun, to the world.
Boom. That's how she feels.
Exactly. That's how you get justice. And then we moved on to spooky season.
Ooh.
And we started doing spooky movies. And the first one that we got, folks, was The Madam. And it's about a haunted brothel. Not a haunted. A brothel in which the madam, if you treat her girls right, you get killed and you never come back. And I think that's just a thing.
Yeah, and it happened like during the World's Fair.
Yep.
It was reminiscent of that murder house from
Murder
Chicago.
Murder Hotel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we got the fall trip, where a bunch of ESF graduates go into the woods in the Adirondacks and stumble upon some white supremacists who are going to use them as sacrifices.
Who commandeered North mythology and for their own white purposes. And then we moved on to a movie that Devin 100% did not want to do and thought it hit way too close to home. But it
might
ended
be
up
our best movie.
being one of our best movies that we've ever made, and that's The Starlet. And that's when a girl comes out to Los Angeles, California, to the Roosevelt Hotel, and stays in a room from a previous starlet in the 1940s who died under mysterious circumstances. What happens?
She gets haunted.
Yep. All right. I was going to come up to that a little bit better than
One
that.
sentence!
But she
I
gets
know it's
out.
a good one, but keep it light.
You keep it light.
You'll see that one in theaters one day.
Or possibly.
No, in theaters. Then we have Il Monstro. That's when a group of people go to Italy on the Amalfi Coast and are killed
By a
a
chimera.
shape-shifting monster.
Chimera.
Chimera-like, because it's Greek. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I feel like you're being...
Il Monstro.
Okay. And then we moved on to probably the best spooky movie we've ever made, other than Starlet.
You just said that.
And that's The Zombie Lord.
This
And that's
movie
when
sucks.
that's when a nerd archaeologist finds a blade in one of his digs, but then a cool archaeologist tries to take it from him, and he kills that guy, turning him into a zombie. And then, through a series of mishaps, he becomes power hungry, gets a cult of zombies, but then a spy comes in, and through a series of conversations,
They become friends.
He learns the error of his ways, and then an atomic bomb drops out.
Boom. And this is what happens when Zach casts himself as the lead.
Which lead?
You know what you're talking
Am I the zombie lord or
about.
am I the spy?
about the zombie lord.
That's
He
fine.
becomes a zombie lord so he can have a group of minions, something he's always wished for. But then we decided, you know what? We're going to come up with a movie about werewolves and vampires.
We're going to keep it light.
But they're not going to have a pact. So we came up with a movie called The Pact, which is basically the exact movie we said we weren't coming up
They have
with.
packs.
And basically a werewolf and a vampire fall in love, and then they have a baby, and that breaks the pact.
Well, the werewolf or vampire, I can't remember which, cheats on the other one. It's basically like Red Dawn, except with vampires and werewolves, because we had the human element fighting against taking their town over. So that one's about...
Yeah, it was in like Alaska, I think.
Yeah. And then we moved on to a movie that definitely was a Pauly Shore movie that neither of us knew about.
Sorry.
So, great mind things alike. Pauly Shore, hit us up, architectsgalore@gmail.com. And that's my alien best friend's first Thanksgiving. And that's when an alien who went to college and made friends with a human comes back to their hometown for their first Thanksgiving. And through a series of mishaps and conversations, the government comes after them. But that family learns the true meaning of Thanksgiving through this alien's perspective.
We move to a Mexican Friendsgiving, where a group of friends have their Friendsgiving in Tijuana. One goes missing.
Some would say TJ.
And they have to spend the weekend trying to figure out where he is. It's like The Hangover meets Friends.
Okay.
All right.
Then we got Thanksgiving at O'Neill's. And did you notice a theme here, folks? Devin and I have come up with more Thanksgiving movies than there are ever. And these are banger ideas.
Banger.
Thanksgiving at O'Neill's is about a woman whose father died and owned a bar, O'Neill's. And she goes back and she tries to run it. It's not making a lot of money, so she's going to shut it down. She's not going to do the whole Thanksgiving meal for everybody. But throughout the movie, she learns what her father really meant to the community when everybody comes and chips in to keep O'Neill's afloat. And we have Thanksgiving at O'Neill's.
All right. That moves on to the weird time after Thanksgiving when everyone's traveling home. Operation Dad Drop, family service.
Semicolon.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Two kids try and prevent their dad from returning to his naval ship and almost getting him court-martialed.
Listen, if I don't get back, I'm going to jail. Well, then we got into some holiday movies.
Yeah.
We got some light-hearted fun. And that was at the 75th annual toboggan race in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And that was the sled race, where their stepdad and son, who are hilariously close in age, have to learn to work together in order to survive.
Yeah, and they encounter a bear. Our next animated movie is a noir-type film, The Christmas Cookie Caper, where Pie, private investigator elf, and Mrs. Claus' new assistant, Smiley, have to determine who stole Santa's special Christmas cookie that gives them the power to travel all over the world. Spoiler alert, it was Jack Frost.
Who could be cast as Timothy Chalamet, just
Who knows?
FYI. Very, very light.
Very Chalamet.
And then we moved on to a movie that Devin basically said was Scrooge.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until about 3/4 of the way through when we started doing this movie.
I don't know how.
Christmas
I literally
Greed.
named him Ben Charles.
Yeah, you did. That's Christmas Greed, where a high-powered banker comes back to his hometown to enact revenge by buying up all the land so his bank can build casinos and push out the townsfolk. But his high school crush is there, and actually just learning to listen to the people and remembering that his past wasn't so bad, his heart grows 3 times its size.
No, it's the Grinch, I guess. Our final Christmas movie and our final Architects of Lore original idea for 2023.
Yeah, okay.
Let me get there.
All right.
For 2023 is Christmas in Norway.
Christmas in Oslo.
Yeah, well, Christmas in Oslo,
Which,
Norway. But
just FYI, a little tease, folks. Maybe 2024 is when Architects of Lore go to Norway. We'll get to
that. But basically, Sarah is sick of her boyfriend dragging his feet. So when he doesn't propose, she dumps him and spends a drunken eggnog-fueled night buying a ticket to Norway because she wants that perfect white Christmas. And she falls in love with Ragnar. I mean, not at first, but he works at the Christmas market in Norway.
Yeah, it's a real enemies to lovers situation.
And they fall in love at a cabin. He saves a dog. I don't know. We're really going to have to get to Norway to figure out the specifics of this movie. I want to know where we're going. I want to know where hotels we're staying at. This is literally in my fucking face. Don't touch me like that, buddy. All right, those are our ideas. But now we're going to come up with our top 10.
And just like that, we got our top 10, except we couldn't settle on 10. Too many good ideas.
Sorry.
We got top 12 with a couple of honorable mentions. The first one we got to mention, Devin. The one that kicked it off.
The one that, our original idea. Our original idea.
This proved that we could do it.
Yeah.
In a format in which we were just spitballing and talking and coming up with something coherent. And that's Eat, Pray, Dave. Nobody would be here without Eat, Pray, Dave.
Our actual number one.
Devin and I discussed at length there was fighting. There were punches. You can't see them because we hit the body, not the face. But the
This starlet.
I thought I had the number one.
No, I had the number one.
No, I had the number one.
Nope, I already got it. The Starlet.
The Starlet was our number one idea.
Number one idea.
Which I like that one. That's our best idea when the episode is you going, I'm fucking done.
Hey, sometimes you got to be brought to the brink.
Write what you know. But our next idea, we love period pieces here, as you can tell with the Starlet, which is half a period piece. But our full period piece was Texas Royale.
Another period piece, but futuristic, the War Dome, and number 3.
Number 4, little Monty Python-esque, Boca Bart.
The only animated one to make it on the list, the Christmas Cookie Caper.
I love that one.
I want to watch that.
I would watch that one. We should get money to make that animated movie, but not before,
Yeah.
All right. And our next one, everybody just likes a little fun romp through Central Park, and everybody also loves scavenger hunts, and that's why Scavenger Hunt is our next movie up.
6. Number 6.
Couldn't remember.
That's why I started counting.
Yeah.
For number 7, Drink Miss. Another really early idea that takes place in this very basement we're in.
Yes, it does. Some would say we never got better, but we didn't get worse. We were just erratically good at this.
Yeah. We're pretty damn good.
Because they're not all winners, but a lot of them are.
A lot of them are.
Number 8. We need a little sand and a little excitement here in Liverpool, New York with Life's a Trap.
Number 9. It's a Thanksgiving movie. You're welcome, people. Thanksgiving at O'Neill's.
Great movie. Number 10. How did this get made? Hit us up because it's left out.
Number 11. Everybody's favorite mystery. Agatha and the Mystery of the Blood Diamond. Let's see that justice and that female Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And it's a period piece.
It is a period piece, but
piece.
it could be a franchise in which she always shoots white guys at the end of it. But number 12, rounding out the top 12 ideas for 2023 here at Architects of Lore, is 5 years experience.
And we didn't want to rank them all, but we did want to mention a couple of the bottom of the barrel. And of course it is
the worst 2 movies that we've ever come up with, and I apologize for assaulting your eardrums with them, are Angel Fruit and Roman 3000.
Yeah.
We lost our minds a little bit there in that theme, and I am sorry.
Well, but for honorable mentions, we have
good honorable
Yeah,
mentions.
yeah. The movie we probably had the most fun creating. Arrangia. Land of the Gods.
It's got dolphin koalas or whatever they are shooting laser
bulldogs.
beams. Dolphin bulldogs.
Yeah.
And then obviously, come on. You didn't think we were going to go with a list about our ideas and not talk about the one that connects them all. Nostros, people. Chill and be chill. Merch pending.
Yeah. Merch pending. I'm just curious of what the Nostros merch is going to be. Just chill and be chill, bro?
Me too.
All right.
That's a good idea. Shut up. Cut
yeah,
that out.
all
Cut
right,
that out.
cut
Cut
that
that out.
out.
Cut that out. That's our idea.
And our final honorable mention is obviously our recency bias.
Of course.
Christmas in Oslo. We got to get to Norway, folks. It's necessary.
Devin, how do we get to Norway?
The Nor Fundraiser!
Now, as you can see here, folks, on the Nor Fundraiser, right now we're getting real low. But you,
that is my
audience
savings
member,
account right there into that.
let's not really depress the audience.
All
more,
right, bro.
Okay.
I mean,
He's got more than that.
you can get us all the way up to Norway.
If you could get us up to Norway, we, Architects of Lore, will go to Norway and we will film content for you to watch in the confines of your own home. You can be cozy, up in a little blankie,
Confines.
watching. Shut up.
Are they trapped?
Shut up. Yes, they are trapped there. You can be cozy up in your blanket, watching YouTube videos about Architects of Lore, finding trolls in Norway.
It's our fact-finding trip to Norway, possible by our Lorchitects.
We can't do it without you, because Lord knows I can't fund the trip.
We're looking at you, Platinum Lorchitects.
You can get to platinum level if you fill the bar up. Whoever fills the bar up, guaranteed spot, platinum level Lorchitect.
And, that'd be chill. Get us to Norway, folks. Get us to Norway.
Get us to Norway.
You got your passport, right?
No.
What? How can you get your passport?
When it gets halfway, I'll get my passport.
All right. That'll be our first place.
When it gets to 1/4 full, I will start a Twitch channel, and it'll just me be doing like a whole bunch of stuff semi in the nude. Devin walked away, folks, but now let's get to our New Year's resolutions.
I got to adjust the camera. Hold on. Here we are.
Devin, in 2024, what's something that you are resolving to do?
Video podcast for Architects of Lore.
That's fantastic. My resolution is to get a girlfriend, or at least to get off my ass and start trying.
All right.
Because remember, I did make several promises to you folks, and if you've been a listener, you know what they are, and that is to be confident and to get weirder.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do both in 2024.
Let us know your New Year's resolution at architectsalore@gmail.com.
architectsalore@gmail.com. We've had a lot of fun here tonight on our 1-year anniversary special. Devin, congrats.
Congratulations.
We made it. We did it.
Yeah. Who would have saw that coming?
Not me.
But we got a lot in store for next year.
Yes, we do. Starting with what you're watching right now.
What do we got, though, for season 3?
Well, I've been doing some thinking.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do is first go into season 4.
What?
All the stuff is on that podcast feed is really pissing me off because some of it looks like weird with SS.1, TS, and then H. That's season 3. Season 3 was the holidays.
The holidays is now season 3.
So you're going to see that change on your feed. Don't worry about it. Now we're into season 4.
Okay.
It's season 4. It's January. It's the beginning of the year. We're cold up here in upstate New York. Some of us are moving back to the warmth, but whatever. Fuck you. But I just want to get back to the basics.
Yeah?
Why do we do this podcast?
Because we like movies and attention.
I didn't know the second part was coming. And now that made me question a lot of what I do, but that's fine. You're right. We like movies. This is a movie podcast, despite what some people say about it. It's still a movie podcast, so we're going feel-good movies for season 4. And the first study of feel-good movies is feel-good comedies.
Okay.
And I'm going with one of my sneakily under-the-radar favorite movies, The Other Guys.
All right. The other guys.
That's your homework for next week, folks. We're in season 4. We're doing feel-good movies. We got a special treat for you. There's only going to be 3 studies from now on, and the third one, you might have a little something to do with it. But
we also have video pods, so check us out at YouTube. You're going to have to just search for Architects of Lore until we get that clout.
Well, it's right here. It's youtube.com/Architects of
No, but
Lore.
it's not going to be Architects of Lore until we get the clout.
You're going to put the rest of it in here.
Listen, don't tell me what I'm going to do on the screen, all right? So Architects of Lore,
Devin,
go
put
to
it right
youtube.com and just search for Architects of Lore. You can always find us on Instagram at Architects of Lore. Email us at architectsoflore@gmail.com. Find us on X at Arc of Lore and
TikTok, Architects of Lore, where our banger clips are going up. Devin, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for going on this adventure with me and you as well.
Yeah, thank you, audience.
Thank you. We wouldn't be doing this if nobody listened. That might not be true. But you are listening, so thank you so much. And just remember,
Yeah.
we're going into 2024.
Uh-huh. Well, we are because this is released on the 1st.
Correct? Don't let your dreams die, folks. If you got a story in your head that you can't seem to get it out,
Do it!
just fucking do it. Because if we've proved anything, if it sucks, who cares? That's what editing's for. Good night, everybody.
Bye. And we don't really suck. We gave him up with some bangers.
That's in the end.
Bye.
Peace out. Thanks. Be sure sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell on YouTube. I don't know what it does, but they
Notifications.
keep telling me that it's good for us.
Comment, like, subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
Any comment you want. If it's about...
Nope. Keep them above board.
Keep them light. Actually, remember, also rate the podcast 5 stars only.
5 stars.
Anybody gives
Wherever
4
you
stars.
listen to this, please give it 5 stars.
If you give 4 stars, I don't care how many fucking listeners you got. You're going right to Cole. I think I gave us 4 stars.
Yeah, let's just do a clean. All right.
Remember, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I don't know what it does. They just tell me it's worth it.
How about we do one where you do know what our job is?
I don't know what it does.
But act like you know what you're doing. Act like you've been there before.
It's funnier if I say that.
We're trying to be professional. It's not funny to not be professional. So remember, folks, please give us that like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and watch us next time.
On Architects of Lore.
Every Monday.
Devin just yelled at me, folks.
Yes, I did. All right, so we did the intro, the banter, the movie game,
Yeah.
the lore list, the Architects commercial.
You know what I was thinking? I fucking hate the fact that all the feed is SS. Yeah, that might be doing something else. And then HS and TS. I'm just going to change that to season 3.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
right? That makes sense?
So then we got the resolutions. Our fact-finding trip to Norway. Get us to Norway.
Do you think it's like way... Do you think it's just like really depressing if I say my resolution is to get a girlfriend?
So, and we got the pyramid funnel to happiness.
Are we doing loopers right now? Or?
Sure. I don't know. Do you have anything else? Do you have anything else you want to say to the audience?
Yeah, audience.
Get in frame. Talk to the audience.
I didn't know it wasn't in frame. Audience, go ahead and follow me at Z-Town TV on Instagram.
Oh, no. Yeah, and me at Devo City on Instagram. And follow Architects of Lore on Instagram.
I thought this would burn away in 3 weeks max. The fact that we made it a year is probably one of the only things giving me a reason to keep living. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Because making my cousin feel uncomfortable is really what keeps me going. Thanks a lot, folks.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
All right.
You're not on your mark. Back it up.
Back it up.
And just like that,
Can
it's
I get
empty.
set? Can I get set?
Can you get set?
And then we, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we use that part. And we're back.
Man, a lot of good info in that commercial that just interluded here. So make sure that you really go back and pay attention to, because we just gave you the key to happiness.
All right. That threw me off. I don't know if I like it. Get in.
What do you mean you
Get
don't?
in your mark.
This was my mark.
All right. Well, the mark. I gotta fix the mark, man. Don't fucking. You have to take this seriously. That was a real commercial, so don't be sarcastic about our sweet, sweet commercial. Put a lot of effort into that commercial.
If you're gonna do this, put the microphone up here.
We haven't started yet. Jeez.
Ready?
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Hold. I'm gonna move the camera. Hold.
Do I have to like hold exactly? Yeah, I need it because of your clap. Devin, get creepily behind me.